welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Tuxbury. Tay-Tay's behind the camera, and we're at the Nektar booth with my man, Mark. Thanks, Mark, for taking the time. I saw you yesterday, and you said, come see what we got.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, man. We've got some great new stuff for the show. We have here, we've got Aruba, which is our new drum machine programming device.
I love the name already.
Yeah. So let me just tell you some of the basic stuff. There's a number of devices out there that are aiming to do the same kind of thing, but what Nektar has always tried to do is to be as open as possible, to work with as many devices as possible, and just to make it work the way you want it to. So we're also known very much for deep integration with each DAW, and it's really making that connection to all of the plugins as simple and easy to grab as possible. So what I'm going to show you first is how most people work with a pad programming device and a DAW. So as you can see, we've got Logic set up. We just have a basic drum track running here. And you can see we can access all of the different pads. All the sounds are accessed across all the pads. It's arranged as standard. And down here, you've got the transport controls. So we're running a very basic kind of Logic DAW control that we've created for this product, which gives you obviously the ability to play, to move the playhead around. You can do special controls like put the pre-count on, set the loop. I can move around and I can set the left locator and the right locator and do that kind of stuff. So that's all pretty cool. And if I was further down the project, I can hit shift and go to the left locator and just choose where I'm starting to record again. If I hit the DAW button, you see we're in DAW control mode. I can actually do a lot of this here. I can move the loop region around. I can change the length of the loop region. I can change the tempo of the track. So all this stuff is kind of built in as standard no matter what DAW you're using. That alongside the fact that you can access the pads, you can go into the internal mode here and you can do whatever you want in terms of MIDI assignments. You can click on the MIDI assign button, and if I wanted to just change the sound that we're triggering with inside that drum plugin, I can do so. If I want to go into the pad configuration, I can change the color if I want to. You've got 16 RGB pads.
Oh, cool.
Okay, and that's fundamentally how most people would work with some kind of drum programming device. Of course, there are other ways to work. You've got the MPCs out there, you've got the machiners out there. They're all great products, they're all very mature, and they all work in slightly different ways. Some of them are trying to be having all the sounds and all the production tools built into the device, and you've got an audio I/O built into the device. We're just trying to find the best way to work with plugins inside whichever DAW that you want. So we've come up with a new system, and the new system is called Nektar Aruba, which is a plugin host system. So if I show you the difference now, what you can achieve if you're loading up Nektar Aruba. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to find Nektar and Nektar Aruba. And here it is loading up on the screen for you. So you can see you've got a representation now. Each of these is a representation of the pads that you have on the controller. Down the right hand side you have a browser. And when you buy Aruba, you get access to 50 different drum kits, more than 500 sounds that we've created, custom created for the customer. And in addition to that, we've created 4 separate drum instrument plugins. I'll get onto that in a minute. So if we wanted to choose a patch now or a drum sound for from the browser, I simply go into the DAW here and I hit browse, and now we're controlling the browser from the front panel of Aruba. So let's choose, what should we choose? Something cool and funky. What have we got? Oh, actually, I need to be on multis. I can choose individual sounds. I can choose individual audio files. If we've got the system pointing towards whatever folder that you have all your sample library in, it will just track that content and be delivered to you here. But I'm going to choose the whole kit. So let's choose a drum and bass kit here. Goes away and loads everything up for you. And of course, you start to see all the information populated there that informs you what's going on. Now that we're in Nektar Aruba, we've got access to all these additional functions from Aruba. So I can hit the mixer page, and here we are controlling the level just for that pad. Okay, we have panning. Yeah, you can do all that there. You can go to the pad setup page, and again, you can choose different sounds if you want to that way. Okay, You can even remap the sound from one pad to a different sound inside your DAW. If you've written a whole track, for example, with multiple parts, and you suddenly decide you want to change the sound, of course you don't want to have to transpose everything separately, so you just remap it here very easily, quickly and easily. Now, the fun starts when you hit the plugin page. So here we are on a snare sound, for example. I can easily change the pitch, the decay, the cutoff, the resonance. I can go into an effects page. We've built in something that's quite cool called 1982 function, which is kind of a bit crusher, taking you back to the day when it was all 8-bit.
Come on.
Grungy. Really grunge it up. You can add some compression. So you're really doing some good sound design there and creating kind of your perfect kit. But what you're not realizing, the real cool thing about Nektar with Aruba is each of these is actually a separate plugin. We're not looking at one kit spread across the pads. We're looking at different plugins. So if I go to the rack view, you'll see here, this is DP1, one of the sample player plugins that we make. This is another DP1, this is another DP1. So if I hit this selection here, I can just as easily go in here and choose any VST instrument off my computer that I see fit.
Great.
Yeah, man. It's cool, isn't it?
Good idea. I love how you staged it for the big reveal.
The big reveal?
Yeah.
I haven't done the big reveal yet.
Oh.
No, that's part of the big reveal. So it's mind-blowing. You can have 16 different instruments. You could have battery on there. You could have groove agent on there. You could have your audio, your favorite samples on here. You can map it as you like. And you get full control through the Nektarine interface. So you get like your super all-in-one environment for creating your perfect kit without getting confused where everything is across multiple tracks in your DAW. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So all this is here. If I just show you another example, we choose one of the other Nektar plugins. So this is a snare synth. Not the sample player, it's a synth. And you have a bunch of parameters here that are very, very different. So, for example, a body control, you have a wire control for the wires underneath the snare. We also provide a tom and a kick drum synth player. So you've got all those included, and as you've just seen, you can select any plug-in instrument you want. Now here's the really cool bit. For me, this is what I love. You hit the FX button, and you can have up to 4 insert effects per pad, so per slot in other words, and you can have 2 send effects across the whole kit. So, I'm in effects 1, I hit the browse button again, I move to patches, and here we are looking through all of our effects plugins. I'm going to load up Fab Filter. We've just got an evaluation copy here for now. Now, it's not triggering there because I didn't load it onto that channel, but it is there. I loaded it on the snare. If I hit the plugin button, everything's pre-mapped because it's Nektar DAW integration. Everything's mapped for you as much as we can do, of course. We've had 12 years of mapping plugins.
Yeah.
So everything we've mapped is there for you within Nektarine. And if there's something that you haven't mapped, then you have a control page where you can create your own mappings. You can drag and drop parameters across. There you go, and it will be on one of the
But you're on top of that with anything that comes out, right? In terms of updates,
We try to map all of the plugins that people are using en masse. You know, we can't do everything because there's just too many out there.
There's always going to be one or two weirdos out there.
But we do the best we can, and I think we've done a very good job so far. We've mapped everything that you get inside every DAW as standard, and then there's about 200 or 300 third-party plugins that we've mapped. And there will be more over time, but I can't give any promises as to what they will be.
Personally, I was saying to Taylor, I was excited to come because we're big Logic users, and whenever I see the demos, it's so nice to see. I know you do everyone else, but I love that you demo in Logic because I really understand it.
Cool.
And I can totally understand people. I've gone through this myself of buying I'm like, I don't want to buy an MPC because, and then the integration, and so I bought a pad. I've assigned it when I changed plugin, and you've done it.
Yeah, we've done it. And the great thing is, when you load up Nektarine into a channel on your DAW, it doesn't matter what DAW it is. Okay, this is the same.
Okay,
in
so
Cubase,
when's this?
and
Let's do the trade show stuff. When this is coming out, and
this is already out. It's shipping. It's €349 retail, £289, I think.
I'll click on the description below. But what a thorough demo! Awesome.
It's all available now. One last thing before you move on, it also includes a step sequencer inside the box.
Brilliant.
So if you go into any of the pads, you can see there's a standard 16-step.
So if you want that doorless kind of workflow in your brain.
Absolutely.
But then that's the whole problem with doorless. You've got to put it in a door eventually, and you're making it feel that way.
It's not actually a problem because we're working entirely through the door. You can control the sequencer internally here, and then all you have to do is record, arm your door, and hit play, and then your entire pattern is in the door. It's simple.
Thanks, Mark. And we're going to get
Thank
you in, and we'll do a more thorough video, including your other products.
We'd love to.
And how they go together, really just innovating in that hybrid space. I get it, man. I get it.
Thanks
Thank you, mate.
for your time.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Cheers.